Come on,
It just
baby.
means something different. I think what all the dead homies might mean to us means something completely different to Luce.
Completely.
It's like real poetic. It is poetic. You're talking about
How
all the
is
people
that
you've lost in
poetic?
your life.
Because listen, we love our dead homies because they died. So it's like when I say baby on a dead homie, it's for
Maybe
them
you
too.
just gotta switch the wording, like on behalf of the friends I've lost. You know what I mean? Woo! All right, everybody. This is your boy My Wand here at Dash Radio on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Today's a little bit different. So I always talk to artists specifically, but I've never done artist couples, like a couple of artists, I should say. We got Charisse Mills and Luce Cannon. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great. How you doing, Daddy?
I don't know.
You don't know what you looking real dapper.
Listen,
You looking real dapper.
that argument we just had, we ain't gonna bring it on air.
Oh yeah? What argument is that?
This
Oh, this dick. Oh, okay, yeah.
They have been killing me ever since they walked into this building. You two are, so I follow you guys on the gram. So I met Luce about a year or so ago. So I've been following Luce on the gram. Dude's hilarious. And I gotta say, congratulations on the engagement.
Ooh, if
You
like
two
it,
just
then
got
should've put a
engaged.
ring on it. And he sure enough did. Soon to be Miss Williams.
So you guys already have a wedding date and everything.
Oh yeah, two. Eternity,
okay.
baby.
Oh, was that
February 22nd.
was that by design because of the 222?
By design.
What does that mean? What does 222 mean?
Tell him, Daddy.
shit, I just thought it was a cool date.
No, he's lying. So 222 means it's like commitment, eternity, togetherness. It's really good. He's all about angel numbers. Like his angel number is 17. He always sees it everywhere. Mine is 12, and I was born on the 12th day of January. So he was so amazing where he proposed to us, well, to me, should I say. He proposed to me on 12/17.
Wow.
'Cause it meant something.
Wow, that is special.
Yeah, I was expecting it on Christmas. I was not expecting it that day.
Yeah.
I knew something was happening. So every day I was like, yo, I'm gonna make sure I got my nails done because I know it's coming.
Oh, I learned that the hard way. I proposed to my girl. She didn't know it was coming. And she told me the next day, she's like, my nails weren't
Why
done
didn't
right.
you tell her?
Because I wanted to surprise her. Did he surprise you?
Of course.
Wasn't that worth it? Like being
It was
surprised,
amazing,
not
but he
knowing?
knows me. He know he would have got.
You know the
This
crazy
if
part?
I didn't have my nails done.
She gets her nails done at least 3 times a week.
That's not true.
They break all the time.
Well, yeah, they break all the time because he be putting me in some crazy situations where they be breaking.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's expensive.
Oh,
That is an expensive. Hey, you know how much
Yes.
money you could save if you stop putting her in these crazy situations? Well,
I
look,
literally had to glue one on just this morning, just for
just
this
to get
moment.
one on.
Listen,
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm starting to learn. So, but I really think you guys are a real unique, beautiful pairing because I've known Luce longer than you.
Mm-hmm.
Luce is an incredible artist, rapper, but also a really good songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first time I met Luce, one of the things I was really impressed by was he wrote songs for other artists as well as himself. You are an incredible singer, all around entertainer. I've seen
Thank you.
you're just all like great in front of the camera. So I think you guys pairing up is real unique and dope. It's almost like meant to be. Like
Honestly, I prayed for him. I'm not even gonna lie. I always told my mom I'm gonna marry somebody that will be in a part of my world, my life, my business. I always looked up to like the Tommy Mottolas and the Celine Dion and her husband and whatnot. And that was like I was like, I can't wait. I want to have a partner that no matter what we're doing it together. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's mine. We made it work. I wouldn't have thought it would have been so much gangbanging going on, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. I'm just grateful because he's really a nice man, and I see so much greatness in him that I know I can bring out of him.
I love that, and he absolutely is. You know, Luce has one foot in, one foot out, but Luce is one of the nicest people I've met.
Yeah.
Like I've met a lot of artists over this past year or so.
Mm-hmm.
Very few artists are as supportive, just as like a homie. Like Luce will I post something, he'll actually show love. So I got nothing for love for Luce, and now I feel like we're family now too.
Yes, we
you
are.
know?
I think a lot of artists need to get out of try to act bougie and act like they just bigger than what they are.
Well, I'm bougie. So what you talking about?
We talking about
say
these
something else.
West Coast artists. Listen.
Okay, well, I'm not a West Coast artist. All right.
And humble yourself.
I think Luce is specifically talking towards male rappers.
Yeah, of course.
Here we go.
Last time we were here, Luce
Please.
called out like 30% of the hip hop scene, the West Coast hip hop scene. I'll never forget. I was like, I don't know if I can post this. I was like, I might not be good in certain areas.
No, it's not that. It's just I want people to be real because like everybody want to act like they tough. They want to act like they just mantra. You could just be yourself, be humble, be Kanye West. You get what I'm saying?
I like that.
Everybody don't have to be tough.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. And I think these days too, I mean, I feel like hip hop back in the day, it was harder to like really know an artist. So maybe some of these artists were lying and capping. But for the most part, these days, rappers are actors. You know what I mean? Not necessarily in a bad way. Sometimes it could be a good thing.
It's part of it, yeah.
Yeah, they're
it's
all
like
put a
wrestling
persona
now.
on. It is. It's like that is a great comparison. It's like the WWE now, where everybody has to put some kind of persona on.
Everybody has to be a character.
If not, you're not entertaining. The world is not going to accept it. You know what I'm saying? Because they want the hoops and the all the extra flair with it.
Yeah, and I feel like artists would actually, in the long term, benefit off being themselves and finding out how to make themselves cool.
You know what it is, though? I feel like we need to get back to the root of things. Who are real artists? Because a real artist will shine and have all that extraness naturally, like your MJs. You know what I'm saying? Like that naturalness. Not putting on this fake funk and acting like this is what you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
It's very hard to find that.
No, and they don't have longevity. Because eventually their card gets pulled. Eventually something happens.
They don't do it for the love. They do it just for the paper. That's it.
No, like literally, people that they look up to now, it's like they have a good year, and then you find out they telling, or you find out they doing something like they shouldn't be doing, and it's like it's fucking up the game. But at the end of the day, it's like hip hop is never loyal anyway, so it's like who cares now? So it's like it's watered down.
Yeah, and I think that if, like, for example, if Jack Harlow went to trial and snitched, it wouldn't ruin his character.
No,
that's not what we'd expect. It's Jack Harlow. I would expect him to come out and be like, I was not involved with that. You know, I don't
think
want to
that's why they gave 6ix9ine so much mercy too, because they're like, oh, he's really not a gangbanger. So,
no, he's a clown.
That's why we expect him to speak. So he's a rat. But, now look what happened with Gunna. And they're like, and now 6ix9ine's like, you see, so are y'all going to treat him the way you treated me?
No, but it's not just, it's Boston Richie. It's a lot of different rappers coming out, they telling. So like 6ix9ine, I don't know if he paid the way for to tell and make a new trend, because after he came out, it's like it's been everybody coming out.
Yeah, and I think that, with social media these days, you can't hide anything. Like, the truth will come to light for sure. But I like to do this thing in all my interviews where I give the artist an album from my CD collection. So I brought a CD for each of you guys.
Oh, nice.
I brought one for you, Charisse. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Charisse.
Well, Charisse. It's like, when people don't want to say Target, they say Target.
Yeah, just
so
makes
you're adding
it a little
that little
fancier, No, Charisse, I brought you an album. Luce, I brought you an album.
Okay.
We got you a gift too.
I brought you Neo, Year of the Gentleman. My God, I had to give you that OG Nipsey Bullets Ain't Got No Name Volume 2. So I want to tell you, I mean, you guys will be able to speak on, you guys know why I gave you these albums. Charisse, you early on, 2015, you got a chance to work with Neo.
Yes.
And if I'm correct, you were on Neo's album?
Yes, I was the only unsigned artist on his album.
That is amazing. How did that come about? How did you get in this studio?
I actually met him 4 years prior at a club, right? My table was next to his table. Didn't even know it was him because he had no hat on at the time, right? And I'm like, you recognize him with the hat, out the hat with the head. You're like, oh, he don't look like
Yeah,
it was a joke. My friend's like, that's Neil, right? Because he was like, you should come to the studio. I guess someone told him I was an artist too, right? And I was like, I'm like, no, I'm good. And then when I was leaving, I was like, my friend was like, that was Neil, right? I was like, oh, snap, no way. So then I was like, my bad, I'm so sorry. I didn't really recognize you. I'll be honored to work with you. So at that time, he was in the transition of changing managers with Tango and some other people he works with.
Okay.
So they were being haters. They, being a woman in the business, it's kind of hard. So when I tell you I was so consistent, I was like, hey, how are you doing? Are you in the studio? Let me know. I'm gonna fly myself out here. Hey, how you doing? So for 4 years straight, I was consistent with like, yo, I'm gonna keep pressing. Let me know which album works good. Let me know which song works good. And finally, the right moment came up. And he was like, Charisse, you know you live your life by integrity. I got a record that I want to write called Integrity. And I think you'd be perfect for it. I was like, I'm flying myself to Miami right now. Boop, 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 changed up. Boom. Made it to Miami. Sang on that record. It was amazing.
That's amazing. And how many records would you say you guys cut before one made it on the album?
3.
Okay.
And I had way more in the record. I think it was just the label not wanting to give me more credit than I was supposed to, being an unsigned artist.
I mean, it's still an amazing feat to get get that done, to be on Neo's album.
Oh, yeah.
He probably had references with a bunch of artists, and he picked Charisse to be on that. So
I know. I'm grateful.
That is amazing. That is amazing. And Luce, I know you and Nip were like locked in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you actually, like, a lot of the way you move in your career, especially when it comes to ownership, and you don't, you know what I mean? You don't give, like, I don't think you would give your masters up to anybody unless the deal was crazy. So I feel like do you feel like Nip played like a role in the way you move now, the way you act, at least as an artist?
I think he paid a way for, see, people don't really understand that Nip was always signed. He was always signed to somebody. It's just, we just found out that people root for unsigned artists to make it.
I thought Nip, he was signed to Atlantic early on, and then I thought he left Atlantic.
He was signed to
independent.
No? He was signed to Sony.
Oh, okay.
And then when he was signed to Sony, Sony kept him in limbo. But you know, he was putting out mixtapes so
on his
consistent
own. As so it seemed like he was unsigned, but he was really signed.
Yeah, he was really signed. And then when he came out with like "Fuck the Middleman" and stuff like that, because they wasn't gonna let him eat, because they was keeping him in limbo. They didn't want to drop his album. So what he did was create mixtapes and basically started a platform where, okay, fuck the middleman, I'm about to go and sell 100 CDs for $100. You get what I'm saying?
So he was signed at the time that he did that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so when he got signed to Atlantic, they basically brought him out from Sony. When they brought him out from Sony, that's when he dropped the album.
Wow,
and a year later he died.
Yeah, rest in peace. Rest in peace. That's crazy, man. Rest in peace to Nip. Nip was always real close with Dash, because DJ Ski, our founder, did all the mixtapes. His name's on that album over there.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of artists say they unsigned. I think when they go with, like, say with Gonzi at Empire, you still sign. You still have a little motor in your back. You get what I'm saying? Like when I was working with MO3, MO3 wasn't signed. So it was like, it was ground up. And then when he died, that's when everything happened for him.
You see that a lot in hip hop, sadly.
Unfortunately,
like a label will push an artist a lot harder after they pass,
because they
get all the money.
Yeah, they don't get all the money per se, but it's easier for them to steal.
I respect.
So it's like the artist can't speak up. Management only could do so much.
Yeah.
So it's like when you in this business, it's very grimy. So it's
absolutely.
Like you turn your back, you're gonna get bit by a snake.
And you
that
see,
snake,
like,
you're gonna get bit by that snake.
Yeah, and I think a lot of I keep hearing. I don't think all the reports are true, but I hear a lot of times rappers are signed to life insurance policies.
Yes.
They start doing it now.
The labels are doing that.
The label is doing
That's
it now.
Crazy.
Because they gotta protect their investment.
Absolutely. But then it's crazy if the label is the beneficiary of
No,
that
it's not
life
crazy
insurance.
because they paying for it.
They pay for
That's
it.
true. That's true. You would think, I would like, the way I would look at, I think the model label, the way a label should be, they should set that up for the family
families
of the artist.
No, but think about this. If they put $1 million into you and you die without recouping that $1 million, how are they going to recoup it? They have to put life insurance because they know
it's
you
not
probably
guaranteed.
not really.
Your records are gonna sell.
No, they know. They like, you're not built like this, and we're gonna put you out there so people would think you built like this just to set you up or whatever. they might have a $10 million insurance plan, only gave you $1 million into your budget, but they up $9 million now.
Yeah.
So that's the new lick.
It's a
And
business,
then the streams go up crazy.
Absolutely. That's one of the sadder things about it is
People
like
know about an artist when they die
Yeah.
than when they alive.
Well,
That's
I hope
crazy.
maybe there's a way, even like you said with the streaming, where the families can at least eat off of that. Like, you know, if they set aside something where whatever would have went to the artist goes to the family.
No, but we see with Gucci Man and his artists. You get what I'm saying? So Gucci Man paid $10,000, but and the label paid $10,000 for the funeral, but in actuality, Gucci Man probably cleared like $1 million or $500,000 with the insurance. So it's like, but that's his investment. It's like shit. McDonald's, they have workman's comp, so they're gonna protect certain shit.
Absolutely. I like that you guys have an understanding of it. You know what I mean? And you're not like mad at it. You understand it's a business.
Within anything that you get yourself involved in, it's so important to understand the business of things. A lot of artists go in this game and not realize if you're just there performing and not understanding the paperwork and what goes behind it, then you're not gonna really take it as serious as you should.
Absolutely.
You take it so for granted.
Yeah, and then those artists end up getting in bad situations, and then the fans are like, "Why aren't you dropping an album? Why aren't you dropping an album?" But they're just in these bad situations where they owe a bunch of money.
Yeah, but why you think that people say they independent, right? But if you independent, you could drop as much music as you want. Don't you understand when people yell out and say those artists is independent? They never independent. Because if they was, then they'd be dropping and flooding the thing while they hot. Why you think their buzz died down?
Well,
because
it takes money too.
No, the label won't put it out like Young Boy, like the hottest streaming artist, probably of all time when it comes down to YouTube. He only could drop music is when they tell him to. Like he can't never put it out, and he creates every single day.
But Meg Thee Stallion was going through that too with her old management.
She still to go through that right now. So she fights, but she got Rock Nation as management.
Now.
So
Now.
No, she had them. That's who's
her
been
old
winning
manager was holding her hostage.
Yeah, 1501, whatever.
Yeah.
That,
No,
that label
that's her
was.
label.
Yeah.
No, but it also was her manager too.
Yeah.
I think they were mad that she dropped a quick album trying to like finish her album deal.
The deal
but they
to
felt
get out
like
of it.
Yeah, and they felt like she didn't put her all into it.
So that she still owed them something.
Exactly.
But they're going to court now, right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
she won the first one.
No,
yeah,
she
got
won.
she got good lawyers.
Yeah.
She got that Rock Nation.
She got the Rock Nation.
That Rock Nation lawyer.
man.
You see what they got Tory doing?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
That whole thing makes me so sad because when I watch the video and when you start to get some of the information, like they're all in their like mid to late 20s. They were just out drunk.
Yeah.
Like Tory doesn't even. I remember on the call that he made that leaked. He didn't even remember doing any of that.
No.
And like I've gone out and got blacked out drunk before. Like I remember one time San Diego, I headbutted my boss in the chest. I was an intern. He was a music guy. Long story short, his girl punched me in the face. This whole ordeal. It was all good at like the next day, but I don't remember that at all.
Wow.
And I think it's so sad that Tory's life is going to be spent so many years behind bars over something that he.
That's
you know
why
what I mean?
alcohol is a hell of a drug.
No,
It
but
really
I
is.
think that if she would have said something in the beginning, instead of waiting until a single she promoted to put Tory on the fire, it would have been.
Or maybe it wasn't her decision.
No, it was her decision. I mean, if
Well,
you're
I
gonna
felt like-
tell, you're gonna tell regardless. Tell
I felt
right
like
then
he
and
was
there.
really rude about things. I think Tory out the gates should have been really apologetic.
Yep.
But he was like, "You're not gonna catch me," and like, you know what I mean.
And that's
I'll
what
see
made
you
her
in
start
court.
talking, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what said. She was like, frig this shit. I'm not protecting you no more.
And he went independent. I don't think it's a coincidence that when Tory Lanez went independent, so much negative press was coming around him. So much, because for the labels, I think you want a big independent artist to go broke, so they have to come back around and ask for a deal.
Yeah.
And so I just think it's a shame. I really hope that they find some kind of solution.
They probably figure it out.
Yeah, I don't think Tory should have to be behind bars for 20 years, let alone 2 years, 3 years, like for something he did blacked out drunk. The same time, you should not be popping off and shooting a gun for no reason.
Definitely not.
You know, so sad situation. That kids don't drink too much, don't get blacked out.
And don't be walking around with guns for no reason.
Exactly, especially not when you're blacked out.
Well, first of all, like, you have
He
security.
got to. He's 5'2".
Oh my God.
You get what I'm saying? He
Well, that's
got
why you
to
hire
walk around with
security.
security.
You hire security. That's it.
Listen, he
Like,
got
I don't understand. The baby, all these folks that taking matters into their own hands when you got so much to lose. You have hired security.
Listen,
Let them
I don't
handle
care how
it.
much money I make.
See, this is why I'm in his
Listen.
life, because Lord Jesus, he
If-
knows I be
listen.
holding and protecting him from doing some dumb shit.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna literally do something. I don't
See,
care.
That's the problem.
Broad daylight in front of anybody. I don't care. Like,
And that
you
is
disrespect
why
me,
I'm gonna have to be there to make sure things don't happen. You
I
know?
feel like I'm like a marriage counselor right now. I would say, Luce, as much as you know how much I respect you, I am with her. It's not worth it. You know what I mean? You're
No.
way too talented. You've been in the room with Dr. Dre. I remember you told me that if it wasn't for some of your past troubles, like Dre would have signed you, or
Yep.
he was thinking about you or Kendrick at the time.
Uh-huh.
You, Kendrick, Nipsey. So
Yeah.
you know what you're capable of. I don't think anybody in LA who wants to square up with you is worth it, you know?
no, it's not that.
But I understand. You gotta hold it down,
but
you know?
certain people, they try you now. So it's like
Well, they do because
they
they
think
understand
everybody is like
they can get a check from
the
it.
internet. You get what I'm saying? And so I'd be damned if like somebody shoot me in the back because they trying to get brownie points on the internet.
Well,
Like,
not just that, they clout chase. They
A lot of
they
people
clout
clout
chase
chase.
and wanna see you down, so they'll do whatever they takes.
And
They'll
you
say
know
lies.
who is one of the biggest clout chasers too? Shout out to my sweetheart, Ralphie the Plug. YG is still not shot yet.
Oh Lord.
So, hey,
Damn.
You know,
I
I
knew-
really wish this was real
Yeah.
beer, but you know,
I knew
it's
Luce was
only
gonna-
sparkling water.
I knew Luce was gonna call somebody out, man. Nah, I'm not
No.
good. I can't go to Inglewood anymore.
Liquid Death,
Oh,
y'all need to make
man.
actual liquor in this.
I gotta research what neighborhoods I gotta stay out of now. I just made it out of doing 2022 after I interviewed you, man. No, but I really wanted to back on the music tip. If we can get back towards
back
the
to
music,
that.
we was.
because you guys have something real special here. You are an incredible singer, and do you write as well?
Yes.
I'm assuming you do.
Yes.
And Luce is a great rapper, songwriter as well. So you guys, Luce gave me a snippet. You sent me the whole song of a record called "Drop the Bag."
Drop a bag.
Drop a bag. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Drop a bag was so beautifully done because it sounded like some West Coast kind of G-funk, but it had you singing on it, doing your thing. Luce came with a great verse. And I think it was a great, like, it showed me what's going to come of this marriage partnership. Just a lot of great,
Yep.
dope, original music.
Yep.
Luce, did you produce that?
Yeah.
Damn. See, that's what I'm saying. You're way too talented, man. So you produced it. I'm assuming you wrote your verse, of course.
Wrote my verse. She wrote everything.
Wow, you wrote all
hook,
your
verse.
That's amazing. So do you guys, how many songs do you guys cut a week together?
Well, you know, you just gonna have to wait and see because we got some things coming.
Okay.
We got some things
Do we got
coming.
like so are you guys going to do all the music together or are you doing
But we're cool with doing some separate things, but you know, cause he be talking about gang banging and shooting and new and I'm trying
Listen,
to be a
all
little more
my-
clean cut.
No, listen, all my platinum hits that I wrote.
No, we're
they-
talking about for you as an artist.
No, for artists. No, I'm just me. I do music for me. So it's like people love it because it's me. I don't like when I write. It's like I'm writing a fantasy for others. You get what I'm saying? It's like painting a picture. And I'm just like doing like slides and slides and slides. So when people do it and it comes out the way I want it, that's how I want it. But for me, when it comes down to my music,
I'm not talking about gang
My
banging and
music
shooting
is-
and pimps
No,
and
it's-
hoes and all of that all the
I
time.
talk about money.
Okay.
I talk
Okay.
about money.
Which I love that he does it because he looks, you know, amazing. That's a great look for him. but I like to save the world and, you know, world peace. And he's like, baby, we gotta do a record for the strip club. I said, all right, honey, I'm gonna give you this one. So, you know, we got to drop a bag.
Is that how drop a bag happened? Luce said we got to do one for the strip clubs.
No, because she do music and she like find the good in everybody. I'd be like, girl, you can't do this. This is the real world. Let me show you the real world.
Well, you guys came from different backgrounds. If I'm correct, you're from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yep.
When did you move to Queens?
I moved to New York when I was a little kid, but I always went back and forth. I was raised in Queens, New York.
So I think that's so interesting that we got New York at its like core, like as
East Coast
almost
to West
as New
Coast.
York as it gets is somebody coming from the islands, going to New York. That's like a classic New York story. And then we got as LA, literally the embodiment of Los Angeles County right here. Are there ever like East Coast, West Coast things that you guys not like, but might like argue about, or like this is better
driving,
chop cheese over this?
Her driving.
What are some examples of things that are East Coast, West Coast that you guys get into it?
Her driving.
You said that like 3 times.
Drive.
I can't.
You know
drive.
how New York they be like,
we're aggressive. Listen, if you don't move out the way, you're gonna get left. So he just can't take the aggression.
No, we literally woke up at 2:00 in the morning, right, to come here, right? And I drove halfway, and then she was like, "Let me drive. You go to sleep." Man,
he drives like Miss Daisy.
I stayed awake.
Who drives 70 on a highway from Vegas to LA? Nobody drives 70.
I'm laughing because I drive real slow too.
No,
I think
son,
it's
I
an
can't
LA
do that.
thing. No, I really think it's an LA thing.
And he's in cruise control. I'm like, hold up. No.
When you listen to West Coast music, I've always like somebody put me on this years back. I
and
can't
he don't
remember
even
who it was.
smoke.
Look, here's the thing. West Coast music is very laid back. It's made for cruising in the car. Isn't like Dr. Dre's The Chronic, like swinging down on cherry top, like you're cruising. East Coast is different. I get it.
We try to get to point A to point B and get out the car.
In New York, you might fuck around and be held back 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So it's 2 different coasts, and I think that's really interesting that you guys are like meshing. And
man,
what else besides the driving? Do you guys ever get in arguments about like food, like which coast?
Yeah, her cooking. She want to cook with onions and stuff, and I'd be like, girl, I don't eat onions.
Natural seasonings.
Yeah, wait, you gotta do onions. I'm with her on this one.
No.
Man,
I really feel like
I'm
a marriage
all about
counselor.
The
This shit's good.
flavor.
Then she'd be like, I'm going grocery shopping, and I'm only getting this.
Listen,
like,
no,
what?
because he will get the chips, the this. He's more of a McDonald's, Taco Bell guy. I'm like, no, we're not doing this. Why you think I have all this ass now? Because of this one.
No, listen.
Damn,
she
I'm
want to
torn
get
up.
everything green.
Yes.
My girl's the same. I feel that. It's, you know what though, the way I look at it, it's better for our longevity. Like I try to, anytime my girl makes a change in my life that's better for my health, like she made me cut out backwoods. I was traumatized for like 2 weeks. Literally, I smoked the backwood. Every day I was doing 1 or 2 backwoods for probably 4 years, 5 years. And I remember she was like, you smell like shit. She kept telling me, you smell like tobacco. You're like a walking ashtray. Cut out the backwoods. It took literally for weeks. I was sitting there like, oh, I want them backwoods. Like I could just use a backwood right now. Like I would go meet up with a homie. Yo, what are you doing? Just to get out and smoke a backwood. But now I used to be spitting out phlegm like a motherfucker. I would constantly be spitting out like that yellow phlegm. That is done.
Wow.
I'm sleeping way better. So anyway, I think these changes that the ladies impose on us are for the better in the long term. But yeah, in the short term,
No,
I like this guy.
I'm with you. I want snacks.
No, you know what else burns me up? She'd be like, you need to wear a suit. And I'm like, what? No, I don't like buttoning up my shirt. I don't turn down nothing, so I don't wear collars.
He did not want to wear a
saying?
suit. I had to for the life of me, I had to get him wear this suit, Jack. I was like, honey, it's black tie. We can't get into this venue. You have to wear a suit. He's like, I don't want to wear a suit. I'm like, come on.
I hate that shit.
Well, you know what, though? You look real nice in these glasses, though. You know.
What about the wedding? So you guys got the wedding date planned. Are you going to wear a suit, Luce?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
look how she look. Look how he look.
Yeah.
Man.
Uh-huh.
I was
and
debating.
that speech better not be on 6-0 and homies ooh ah ah either, because the engagement. Oh my God! I said, baby, you didn't write a speech. You didn't do nothing. He was so nervous though. He was so cute. He was so nervous. He was so nervous.
I spoke from my heart.
I love that.
So when I spoke from my heart,
honey.
Listen, on my dead homies, baby. I'm
he
here
on his dead homies.
Did you on the dead homies at the engagement speech?
He did.
Yo, do we have this on
Lysandra,
camera?
you was there. Yes.
I would love that. Needs to be the content. This needs to come out to promote the single. You did not on the Dead Homies like your engagement speech.
He did.
Liz. Wow. So the wedding speech isn't gonna be on the no disrespect to any hoods or anything, but is it gonna be on the Dead Homies? Is it gonna be?
No, but I wanted her to feel the passion.
Honey,
you
I
know what I'm
feel the
saying?
passion
So
every
when I put
night.
it on my Dead Homies, like
No.
that's love. You get what I'm saying?
You know that.
When I
that's
say
just,
Crib Street, like come on,
it just
baby,
means something different. I think what on the Dead Homies might mean to us means something completely different.
Completely.
To Luce. It's like real poetic. It is poetic. You're talking about all the people you've lost in your life.
Because listen, we love our dead homies because they died. So it's like when I say baby on a dead home, it's for
Maybe
them
you
too.
just gotta switch the wording, like on behalf of the friends I've lost. You know what I mean? that will sound better. No, you know what I mean?
Oh
like
my
on
God.
behalf of all my friends who aren't here today, I love. You know what I mean? Or this moment's so special makes me think of everyone I lost.
Listen,
But
Right.
I got a great idea.
What's the idea?
I'm gonna write the speech and you just put it in the white term.
there we go. I'll Orange County it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There it is.
Clean
Orange
up a little
County
bit.
it.
There we go. There we go.
You know how the president has the people writing?
Yeah. I'm gonna do all the Luce's speeches going forward. Well, man, you guys are a real fun group. So since I saw you step into Luce's life, following him on Instagram, I've seen him just happier. I've seen Luce just like you're posting more, which to me is like a sign that like you're enjoying life, you know. But you guys are talking about a TV show, which like being here right now, like this is a TV show. What do you guys have in the works?
Oh, well, we currently just filmed a new TV show called Side Chicks of LA.
I had all my hoes on there. Shout out to all of y'all.
Yeah.
Hold on, Side Chicks of LA.
Uh-huh.
And you signed off on this.
Oh, well, first and foremost, I am no side chick.
I know,
on
that's
the
what I'm
show.
saying. But you would want him on this?
No, you just gonna have to see the show to see what it's all about.
Is it like Real Housewives of LA, but like the street version? That's what it sounds
Well,
like.
you know, people think of names and think it's just about the name, but it's not. It's really just, you know.
There was a lot of couples on there.
You know, basketball wives, they're not all married.
No,
Housewives,
definitely.
they're definitely not all wives.
Absolutely.
So think about it. Side chicks is just a name that some of them are side chicks, some
Yeah.
of them are hoes.
But
some
speaking
of
of
them,
side chicks, she got a gift to give you.
oh Lord.
Speaking of side chicks, hold on.
So-
My girl's going to see this, man.
Oh no, you
Okay,
good, you
okay,
good, you
okay.
good. So I brought you a little something because you know on the show, you know we got a little testy. You know, I don't know. Are you a small or a medium?
Medium.
I think he's a medium, right? This is a medium. So one of the girls on the show tried me. You know, I told you I'd be breaking nails, right? So I made some shirts called the Eye Catcher. Lysandra, you know all about that, right? I got one of my castmates here with me. Lysandra, come, let's talk about this moment.
Hold on,
I gave you a gift. These will be proceeds going to botch.com.
Oh my God.
So-
you put the hands on her
Yeah, you know,
and then
she-
put it on a t-shirt
I sure enough did.
and then brought it to me as a gift.
Yes.
And
This
you
is
thinking I'm
amazing.
bad.
Yes.
This is one of my favorite gifts I've ever gotten. I'm also, I don't know what neighborhoods I can wear this in. This is wild. Oh my God, she's gonna be on the show.
Yeah, you want to put it on? I'll put it on later.
Does she know that you made these shirts?
Oh yeah, because you know why? We pulled up to her crib because she was talking so much shit on the gram. I don't do the gram talk. You know, either I stay quiet or I see you in person. So we found out she was filming that day, and I was like, yo, let's pull up. So, you know, I didn't know who she was filming with. So I was like, I brought my crew just in case I needed backup for whoever she was with. You know, she thought we came to jump her. Ain't nobody, you clearly see, I don't need no backup to do what I got to do. Mind you, she started it with me first.
You did this.
Yeah.
You guys are two peas in a pod.
Yeah.
You guys are.
Yeah,
this
They
is,
call
what I'm
us
talking
Beauty
about?
and the Beast, you know?
I don't know who's beauty, who's a beast. No,
Sometimes
this
we
is
change
wild.
roles.
This
Yeah.
is so you got hands.
Yeah,
You-
Lysandra, come on. This is one of my castmates. You want to come up here? Come up here, girl. So, you know, I wanted to bring somebody from the show just to talk about it and give their little insight.
Yeah, please. I need someone to elaborate what kind of a show this is because people are getting their ass beat.
For sure. Well, they started it though. Like, you know, I'm not.
Did you get this on camera?
It's definitely on camera, and there's definitely no denying it because, you know, throughout the show, she definitely tried to deny that
I did
Charisse had,
And then she tried to say I hit her with the bottle, but there's a video with no bottle.
So wait, just curious from the outside looking in, how do you get her to okay this coming out on the show?
Well, first and foremost, she posted it on her Instagram. So once you post it on Instagram, it's public. It's public content. See, I know my rights and my lawyers and
Okay.
one of the rules on Instagram is anything you post becomes public domain. So if you put it out there, anybody can use it.
So basically, she screwed herself.
She screwed herself. I waited for that moment.
Okay.
Because she denied it. And she's like, and then she posted it. So.
Wow. Well, this is going to be a really interesting show. Yeah. Do you guys, have you already filmed like a whole season of the show? And when can we expect to see it? Well,
it's going to be on the Forest Bias Network, and they said by the end of this month. But, you know, who knows with production, things could change. But
absolutely. Forest Bias Network is kind of like Zeus TV, I imagine.
It's
like
not.
Their
it's
own
not
network.
Zeus. I used to be on Zeus. It's you know the owners of FUBU. Have you heard of FUBU clothing line?
Yeah.
So this is their network.
Oh, okay. Super dope. Super dope. And the show, I imagine, is gonna. I know it's gonna be entertaining. I already got a sneak peek. It's gonna be very, very entertaining.
Oh yeah.
Is this a show that you guys want to continue, like multiple seasons? Want to like really develop it?
Well, funny thing you said that, right? Because you know the owner or person who came up with the name of the show kind of sort of did some shadiness, and we're kind of gonna be taking control of season 2 of LA. Because, you know, money talks, bullshit walks. And we're also working on our spinoff show where Luce and I are going to be doing our own thing.
Just like a couple show, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be really good because you guys are definitely hilarious.
Thank you.
You guys match really well. You know, you guys match up really well. Like, you guys are definitely alike.
Cut it out.
No, but you guys are really hilarious, and I can see the love. Like, I asked Luce this, I think it was last week. I was talking to Luce on the phone. I want to hear your response. But I told Luce, a lot of times when I see artists in relationships, I think they do it to promote their careers. With you guys, it seems really genuine.
It is.
So this isn't like, because, you know, like, I hate to bring up this example, but I felt like when Kehlani and YG dated, it was real and genuine, but they definitely used it to then promote their careers because they both dropped singles, they broke up, and they both had breakup songs that came out like the next day.
They definitely did.
And I was like, hold on. And I love Kehlani, like, she's a really sweet human being, but I was like, this was definitely a little planned out, like just a little bit.
Yeah.
For you guys, this is real genuine.
Yeah,
even if you weren't artists, like, you and Luce are really in love with each other, it seems like.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like being a part of them, I definitely can see it. They definitely have grown together, and I just love them for each other, honestly. As a friend, like, of Charisse's and Cannon, I feel like definitely, like, they belong together.
You know how we became friends?
How?
Oh God.
We got in a fight together, beating somebody else up.
No facts. So so what you guys are gonna see on the show, you definitely, this is real life.
She backed me up. I didn't know her from nowhere, and 2 girls was trying to fight me, and she held one down, and I held the other down.
I took a bottle in the head for this girl.
So you just jumped in. No. What made you want to jump in?
Honestly, it really was just a lot
going on.
The girl was wrong.
The girl was wrong.
She definitely was wrong, and then not only that,
she tried to hop into the house through the window.
Yeah,
at a house party.
She definitely tried to ruin like my boyfriend's stuff, DJ Cash, like his stuff, like his setup. She was hopping over the island that had his stuff on it.
So she was being protective of her man's equipment too.
My friend, period.
Right. So you know, I was like, yo, the party's over. We were trying to get everybody out the house through the backyard gate. And she, you know, close friends was able to stay inside the house. So she was trying to sneak in the house. You know, I'm the lady of the house now. This was our Cali house, right? I'm the lady of the house. You gotta, you know, if I'm saying you gotta go this way, you gotta go this way.
Absolutely.
So I closed the door. Tell me why Shorty tried to go through the window to get in the house.
It was a mess.
So I dragged her by her feet from the window.
No, that's exactly how it happened too. I promise you, if you guys were there, it was just insane to watch.
It was insane.
It was insane to watch for sure.
Can people stop playing with you, Charisse? Like, have people not learned?
Listen, I be really nice, and I try not to fight. That's not the first thing I do. But when you test me, they don't understand. I am from the Caribbean.
So from the Caribbean and being from Queens, I think to make it out of these environments, you have to be a fighter. Like whether it's not actually like physically fighting, you have to have that in you.
Well, for me too, like you said, my upbringing, when I was in school, I got picked on a lot, being the light skin of the bunch, long hair, but I'm black. I'm Caribbean. People couldn't understand that. They're like, you're not, you're lying, to this, to that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I always had a figure. I always had a big butt. Back then, big butts weren't in, so I got teased for it. Big lips weren't in, I got teased for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I always got picked on.
Yeah.
That my hair was always wild and big, so they'd be like, chia. I'm like, the fuck?
See,
now y'all all want big hair.
Yeah,
right,
yeah. So you had to like.
I had to always.
So you got what they pay for now, basically.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. And what's really, I think it shows in your career, because to get on a record with Neo is not easy. You had to fight for that. You had to tell him, I will fly out. I'm ready. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready. And you had to be prepared to fly out. You had to have the funds to get there and do all that. And then not only Neo, you had a champagne with Montana. You did a record with French Montana.
Yeah.
I imagine you had to fight for that too. That couldn't be easy.
Well, I actually paid for that. It was a pretty penny.
Well,
he actually featured on my record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That record did numbers too.
Yes, it did.
Definitely did some numbers.
I was surprised, because being independent, you're like, okay, will I make my money back? Will the investment hit? Honestly, if he had promoted it as much as he's supposed to, it probably would have did even better. But just from my own personal team, whatnot, at least I made back what I was supposed to. I made some numbers. It's doing really well internationally. But that was the plan to begin with. I made it Moroccan theme. The beat was made for, if I wanted to travel and go to Saudi Arabia or Dubai, I'm booked, busy. That was the plan, right? But then, family matters happened and things happened to where I didn't follow up with it. And being independent, things cost a lot of money.
Absolutely.
You need at least 50 to 100,000 just to push a really good record.
Absolutely, to properly push it.
From
like the music video.
It's like more. It's more now, right?
Yeah.
But back when, for me, it was like, okay, if I'm collaborating with somebody that has a name, at least that'll help push it. Because when he's pushing his stuff, my stuff pop up because they put his name in. So that's how that kind of naturally.
And it fit when you I didn't realize that you had done that song so intentionally as far as the production and where you wanted it marketed.
Yes.
But it sounded like a record French Montana belonged on.
Right. And I actually paved the way to his new style. If you notice, before he wasn't auto-tuning as much. He wasn't, he wasn't sing-songing as much. And on my record, he started singing a little. You know how now artists use auto-tune to kind of sing? He wasn't doing that before.
Interesting.
If you look back and see the timeline of things, his whole style changed after that record.
No, and he went very international as far as
because his team was looking at all my freaking ideas. I'm not even gonna shade nobody. But that's he never been back to Morocco before that. He never did anything internationally. That whole Unforgettable record.
Yeah.
I told him
that came out after, huh?
I told him my plan. I was like, yo, I want to do records for this. And Zoe was like, oh, well, so how'd you get your permits for this? Because we shot everything. I got permits. We was in the desert, all that. I don't know if you saw the music video. I wasted no coins.
No, not at all.
I spent everything I needed to do. I did it
and
right.
You did that independently.
Okay.
Wow.
So they was like, how's she doing all of this? You know what I'm saying? So they kind of rained on my parade and took my idea to where I couldn't really get the bookings and things that I wanted to do because he was doing it already on his own. With his stuff, you know what I'm saying? And no, it's not his fault, it's his team. Because, artists don't know what they do, what their plans are. They just roll with the punches, you feel me? But again, also being a woman in this business, it's so hard because, even when you pay your way, it's like you still got to beg. You still got to, that's why I'm so grateful to have a man now that's going to be by my side and going to have my back. And that's real. I don't got to do that. He's going to do that for me. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And they are not going to play with Luce.
No, they're
Luce
not going to play with
Cannon
him.
is not one to play with, everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell you that not from experience, because I'm a wise man. Luce is not one to play with. But no, you guys, I'm really excited to see where this next
Daddy,
chapter.
you want to come back over here? Thanks, Cassandra. Make sure y'all check out our show.
Absolutely. What side hoes?
You know
Side
it's not no side
I'm so
hoes.
sorry. Side chicks. My bad.
tried
No,
it.
I didn't. I really, that was genuine. Like, I just thought that's what it was. Side chicks.
Yes.
And you're gonna do it for every area, because you said like you did it in Vegas, and now you're gonna do it.
No,
one
we
in
did it
LA.
in Cali.
Oh, it
LA.
was in Cali. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah,
I was in
Side
Cali.
Chicks of LA.
Okay.
They're thinking of what, New York next and stuff. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but we're
only a
doing
part of the LA.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
doing our own spin-off TV show too.
I love
as
that.
well.
What's the spinoff? Do you guys have a name for it?
I don't want to say it just yet, but yes,
Okay.
we have a name.
It's coming in about like, we're gonna be filming in about like 2 weeks, 2.5
We
weeks.
already have a lot of stuff filmed naturally. I'm not
I
even
love
gonna
that.
lie, because prior to meeting this gentleman, I was gonna do a dating show, and he was gonna do a dating show, or he was gonna do a lifestyle show surrounded with his team, his IBM crew, right?
Okay.
Obviously, I'm married to IBM now, so I'm a part of the IBM crew. And crazy how we met. We met on the network launch day, where the network owners and myself, we were literally meeting. They greenlit my dating show, and he was already greenlit for his show. But when we intermingled, they're like, "Yo, we just need to put y'all together. This is just, it's not. There's no reason to do 2 separate shows."
Wow.
Because I mean, from the moment we met in Vegas at the launch dinner, we've been inseparable.
Wow.
Inseparable. I mean, he said he prayed for me, but I know I prayed hard for him.
That is such a beautiful thing. And I can genuinely see this is like real. Like,
So
this
we
isn't-
started filming, and I was like, you know what? Let's just film together. And so we just started filming everything. Even that party Lasagna and I was talking about, where we whooped that girl's ass and her friend's ass.
That's on camera?
that
It's on
maybe,
camera.
I don't know if the cameraman got it.
No, it's on
but
camera.
I'm hoping he got that, because
Wow.
all of that was there too.
Oh my God, I cannot wait for this show.
No,
I-
see,
these
our show
shows.
is crazy because it's like real life. When we talking about like,
Man, we got our
wanna
house
see the-
broken into.
Yeah,
So we got a lot of stuff on camera. It's crazy. And it's just real raw shit.
You got the burglary on camera? Oh,
we
I
got-
hope you didn't catch the person.
we know who it is.
Oh, no.
We know who it is.
Well, anyway, let's not, because there might be legal matters involved. But
We know.
I feel bad for the individual who thought. Okay, so musically, Drop a Bag.
Yes.
That when's that gonna come out? When do you guys plan on releasing that?
It's gonna come out commingling around the show when the show airs. You know, he wants to drop it now. You know, with him, he just likes to just do things right away. That's the beauty of being independent. You can just do it when you want. So now I'm gonna just sit back and be, wifey, and let him take the lead. Honey, when do you want to release the record?
we dropping it next week.
Next week? Oh my God, next week.
I think you guys both are right. Like, her idea of dropping it with the show is good, but his idea of you might as well just drop it too, because at the end of the day, you can still promote it heavy when the show comes out.
Yeah,
True.
it's the same thing. People, I don't like to wait for anybody or somebody to act like they made us. I like to do our work ourselves.
No shade, no shade.
No, I like to do our work right now and then come together as a team. Like, you need me, I need you, and we work together. Instead of like, like I built this, or you wouldn't be. Nah, we doing it on our own.
All right, so next week, y'all heard it here first.
Well, I wanted to ask, do you guys think that the more your show blows up, the more your records blow up, is it going to be harder to maintain this love that you guys have? 'Cause
Absolutely
You're going to
not.
get busier. Like, what if you get flown out to do a show somewhere and he's somewhere else?
Well, based on how we doing things, that's not even an option. They're gonna have to book us both.
Oh, okay. Okay. What about musically? Like, what if Luce is doing a record with like Tinashe? Are you gonna have to be in the studio and vice versa?
No, I don't have to be there when the work is being done, but like if we got to tour or move around somewhere, some form or fashion, we're part of each other's lives.
Okay. Luce, how would you answer that? What if Charisse is doing a record with, I'm trying to think of a name that's not gonna. What if Charisse is doing a record with
just say a name.
Tory Lanez, for example,
Yeah.
right? What if she's doing a record with a male artist, are you gonna be like, I gotta be in the studio?
No, I want to see the check though.
Oh, okay, absolutely, absolutely. I respect
Gotta make
that.
sense.
Yeah. I respect that.
And if it's some free shit, like nah.
Definitely. But I was.
But
wondering,
if it's like a check or a favor or something like that, it's like, of course, I want her to be the best she could be. I don't want her to come second to nobody. You get what I'm saying?
I love that.
So it's like, I want her to win.
He's gonna want to be there.
I don't want her to walk behind me. I want her to walk on the side of me.
I love that. I love that. I think, Jay-Z had a line. I always quote Jay, but Jay had a line said, if everyone in your clique is straight, your clique is rugged.
Hello?
Nobody can fall because everyone will be each other's crutches.
Yeah.
So I think for you guys, like building each other up, if something happens and one of your albums doesn't do well, you can lean on Luce and vice versa. If Luce needs to be held down for a few years, he has you. So that's a beautiful thing. That is a really beautiful thing.
Yep.
So we can expect Drop a Bag to drop soon. No pun intended on that. The show, when can we expect to see the show? You said it's on the network?
Forest Bias Network.
Okay.
They say by the end of January, but don't quote me.
Okay, so sometime soon.
Yes.
Q1 we can expect the
Yes.
show. And then what's the plans then? Are you guys gonna do like a joint project? Are you gonna do individual projects as far as the music goes? What do you guys have planned after the show drops?
So basically, like I got IBM. So I like to like do behind the scenes. Stay behind the scenes, like to produce, write, and everything like that. So I got like my artists and stuff plus her. So it's like I want to focus on building her where she need to be at, so she could take off running.
Solo. So we're gonna do some solo, and of course we can have some singles together.
Okay.
So that's the plan.
And then it's like building a brand. It's like if we all together and we stagnated, we don't move around. You get what I'm saying? Like the brand don't get bigger. We want it to be
Everybody
East Coast,
doing
West
something.
Coast, down south.
Yeah.
Everybody to be. That's why we got our own DJs. We got artists. We got PRs and stuff like that. So we got our whole team. We just got people that just love us and support us. So at the end of the day, it's like I want her to be as big as Beyonce or bigger. You get what I'm saying? Big as Patti LaBelle. Like, I'm not going to stop that. I want her to win.
Patty's a legend. She's a legend.
I love that. So you guys are invested in her career, like as a team. Musically, at least what we're going to see over the next year or two is a lot of Charisse Mills releases and albums, projects, EPs. Do you plan on going the single route, like singles, or are you gonna?
Honestly,
do you want
that's
to do
like
a body of work?
that is that right now the way things are in the music business. That's the best way to go because cost effectively wise, billboards and all that is fake and phony. It's not what you think it is. So getting like an album of the year and a this and a that, it's not what it used to be.
She's right.
So
Yeah.
it's like, why put out a whole body of work when you can every month or like you said, every other week or whenever, you can just keep putting out consistent things. You know what I'm saying? And just let it be. Let the music speak for itself. And, it being independent too, like you don't gotta do albums. Album deals are really just a label thing.
And I think the album comes when the fans are begging for it. You know what I mean? At some point, like one of your singles is gonna go so wild, people are gonna say, "Please give me a body of work."
Right.
So I think that's smart.
And that's what a lot of artists don't understand. Like they think they put out music, but people don't buy into it. People really buy into your personality. That's why 6ix9ine was so big.
Yep.
People like characters, like we was talking about. So if they don't buy into your persona, they not going. I don't care how dope the artist is.
There's a lot of great singers that are not making it.
It's not going to happen. I mean, you could have a fat bitch that sing like Beyonce and got way more talent than somebody that look like Halle Berry and can't sing shit. The person that look like Halle Berry is gonna get their deal, their attention.
It's
That's just the way of the
unfortunate.
world.
Yeah,
It's very unfortunate.
Absolutely.
Lizzo's paving the way for that, though.
Shout out Lizzo.
Right.
Adele was
Yeah.
big on that. When she came out, I felt like her music was all about heartbreak.
Right.
Well,
And at the time, Adele wasn't as attractive as she is now. So it kind of fit. You know what I mean? Like her body of work fit I want to say her body is fucked up, but her body of work fit the look. You know what I mean?
Her body.
I looked at Adele and I was like, oh, you know. So I think a lot of times it does, it fits.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to see what this marriage brings.
Me too.
To see what you guys have in store. Sounds like it's all around 360. Like there's going to be merch, there's going to be TV shows, there's going to be albums, there's going to be businesses.
Yep.
You guys are going to be busy.
Yep. We are.
No, yeah, we busy now, but sometimes I be, needing my space.
Boy,
don't want
cut
to
it
deal
out.
with her.
Ain't no
telling
space.
her, like, sit in the back seat.
He'll be
you know
all
what I'm
right.
saying? Watch TV. Don't watch me.
I don't have time for no TV. Then let me tell you something. This man asked for a PlayStation 5 for Christmas, right? Must have played that sucker like one time. He don't even play games. So what is the point of asking me to get you a PlayStation 5?
We be busy.
I've had your back on almost everything we've discussed, but when it comes to the PlayStation 5, that's just like, it's something we just need to have.
But he doesn't even use it.
I barely play mine. I play my PlayStation once every month.
Golly.
But it's like I let my girl
I gave up on it.
I let my
gave
girl decorate the whole apartment. The only thing I said that needs to stay out is the PlayStation 5.
That's
it's almost like a
crazy.
flex. Like when we have homies come over, it's like, yeah, I got the PS5 and I got 4 controllers. What's up, you know?
Right.
No, like literally, I played it. We played it like 2 games in Mortal Kombat. She acting like she excited and
No,
shit.
I beat his ass.
Listen, she acting like she excited and stuff. And then I'm like, I'm over this shit. And she was like, oh yeah, me too. I'm like, so you was acting the whole time? Like, okay.
I wasn't acting, but
She was acting the whole time.
nah, I
acting
was
like,
going in like.
You guys are
Getting the
really
power
funny.
moves.
You guys are real funny. I'm really excited to see the show, to be honest with you. I'm genuinely excited. Like me and my girl are going to be on the couch watching. I'm super excited.
Get that popcorn ready.
So
'cause,
do I have to? For Us Bias Network, is that an app I
Yes.
download and then I
Yes.
can watch it on there?
Yes.
Super excited.
Wait
okay.
though, we're gonna give you a special promo code, so you guys tune in, and I'll make sure to give it to you, so you can give it to your viewers, because we got a special promo code, so you guys can actually save some money, so it's not full. Hello.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So wait for that.
All right. So Drop a Bag is coming out soon, and then do you already have your next singles like ready? Do you got a
Oh
few
man,
in the
I got
chamber?
a record called Summertime. He loves it. It's a smash.
Okay. And
Yeah.
should we expect? Because your music, from what I've heard, it's you've done a lot of different kind of like genres, styles, and
yeah, we
sounds.
changing all that.
Now that you're with Luce, should we expect it to all be more West Coast or
No. I make. Being classically trained, I could do anything. In a sense.
Oh yeah, I forgot to bring up pop opera. Popera.
Yeah.
Is that how I say it? Popera?
Yeah.
Oh my God, can you hit that note again? That is incredible. I completely forgot to bring that up. Is there gonna be elements of popera, as you call it?
Absolutely.
Even with like Luke, because when I heard Drop a Bag, even if Luce's verse wasn't on there, I'm like, oh, Luce has his hands on this. You can just tell by the, it's a West Coast track. You're a great West Coast producer. Should we expect to hear more like pop with the next
Yes.
singles?
Yes.
Okay.
He actually produced a lot of huge pop records. You'd be surprised. A lot of people don't even realize the things that he's done. But when you sign NDAs and you kind of get paid for the record, you can't put your name on it no more. But moving forward, all of that stops because he got a businesswoman as a fiance. So that ain't happening no more.
Okay.
No, my background is very huge. Like I do it, but I think that nowadays TikTok and everything is driving the music.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it had to be a certain like album rhythm so people to catch your ear. So it's no point to do like the type of music unless you are Rihanna. Once you get the fan base, then you can start feeding them
do that.
certain things. But right now it's like now she had to get the streets, get real people behind you,
And then drop them big records.
Big records, because if you
I
drop
can't
a big,
showcase my voice how I want to.
if you drop a big record right now as a
They're not gonna
artist,
take
they're
it.
not receptive of
No.
taking it because their attention span is so short.
Yep. And thanks to like stories and Instagram reels and stuff, like they make it so short. Like 60 seconds is all they want now. If you notice, most records are under 2 minutes now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because people attention span, as he said, is dying down.
Absolutely.
So you can't. You think MJ can make his 6-minute long records now? No way, Jose.
No way. Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
No.
So I get what he means by not. I have to dumb down my records.
So you're
Definitely.
gonna keep the real special, like not special, but the ones that are more, I guess I would say,
Heartfelt,
musical. You know,
for when the time comes.
Because she got
Okay.
timeless records.
Okay.
So it's not like, because her voice, you know how like you listen every Christmas, everybody listen to Mariah Carey, right?
Yep.
She got music like that. So it's like, it's timeless. So it's like, why give them something and it don't live to the full potential?
Right. Like I got
I
a
like
record
that.
called Champion. It's one of those records, and I'm not at my full potential to where that record is a timeless record, and it's just sitting right. Like it's doing all right, but it could do so much more. You got
Yeah.
to check that out.
Okay.
It's called
Champion. Okay.
Yep, Champion.
Okay. Well, I know to expect some great things from you two and from you, Charisse. You have an incredible voice.
Thank you.
You're classically trained. All the research I did, I completely forgot to bring that up. Yeah, you are a classically trained opera singer. Like you
Yes.
have it in your voice.
Yes.
But you also are hip. Like you're not gonna come out and just do opera. Like
Right.
you're gonna do. It sounds like we're gonna get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting. Well, I'm hyped to have you guys on. I really appreciate you guys coming through. I think that you finding or Luce finding you, I'm gonna put it like that, and you finding Luce is a beautiful thing for all of us. I think the fans win at the end of the day.
Amen to that.
Of course.
Being a friend of Luce, I saw this dude with a camera outside. I was like, oh my God. I saw the bottom
Here
of
we
it. I was
go.
like, oh no. But I think that being a fan of Luce, since you've stepped into his life, I see a different side of Luce. A lot more like Luce. You were a hilarious cat. When I first met Luce, we were rolling in laughter. Like we hung out that same night and we were dying of laughter. So I think you bring that out of Luce. I get to see that like fun side of Luce. And then I didn't know you prior, but now I'm gonna have my eyes on you, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for. Do you guys have like a couple name, like Charisse Cannon or like Luce
No.
Mills or something?
Luce Mills, I love it.
You guys haven't thought of like a couple name?
Yo,
Yeah, that sounds bad because
we
that means
had
you
a
text
debate.
Luce, my bad.
We had a debate.
on the dead homies, my bad.
Listen. Answer this question. Be honest. What's popular? More popular last name, Mills or Williams?
Williams is more popular, right?
Exactly.
Oh,
so,
I'm going through the same thing with my girl.
so it's
I know where
like-
this is headed
Yeah.
towards, taking the last name.
Right. Like, we was at dinner the other night and we had a debate with the waiter. Like, yo, we trying to figure out. I'm like, baby, would you ever take my last name? He's like, no, you should. Williams is better. I'm like, General Mills, hello. Like, what's wrong
Well,
with Mills?
I think that like being in hip hop, if Luce was to take his wife's last name, just the hip hop community might look at him a little bit like, oh, like
He's
it's
soft?
it's different. Yeah, it's just different. It's different.
I guess.
It's
But the
different.
waiter wrote, Williams is better on the receipt.
So you don't want to take the last name.
No,
You're
no,
hesitant.
no.
Okay.
We were just playing.
Because
Yeah.
my girl is really hesitant. She's always
Really?
like, yeah, like kind
Wait,
of.
okay, wait. First off, what's your last name?
We got some weird names.
What's your last name?
Tawfiq,
Okay. Well,
Okay, what's hers?
Zamani.
Zavani's actually nicer. I'm sorry, but okay.
No, my whole thing is like, it
It
doesn't.
sounds like a jewelry.
It doesn't
last
bug
name.
me either way, to be honest with you. I don't care if she wants to hyphenate it or keep
Right.
her own.
Right.
It really doesn't bug
Well,
me.
at least it's not as bad as Dick, because there are some people who have the last name Dick. I
Yeah.
would be like, I don't want my last name Dick. I'm sorry.
It
I
doesn't-
had an ex named Dick, last name Dick. I was like, I would never marry you. You're just temporary in a way.
Charisse, yep, nope, that wouldn't
No,
work. That wouldn't
Charisse
work.
Dick?
No,
What?
I think it doesn't. I told my girl it doesn't matter until we have kids, and when we do have kids, then the battle will start.
Imagine
you know
Mrs.
what I mean?
Dix. Hi, Dix. Hell no.
Well,
You
thank
ever
you.
dated somebody that had a crazy last name, babe?
I don't get to that point in a relationship.
God.
This is the first
He's
time.
a player. He don't pay her. That's his line.
Until he met you. Until he met
me.
Yeah,
Exactly. See,
yeah.
I just fell out. It fell out.
Well, you guys are incredible. This is a real beautiful thing. I think ultimately the fans are gonna win from
Hey.
you guys getting married. It's
and
real.
he sure enough spent the bag on this ring. He dropped a bag on this one. If you want to touch, drop a bag on me.
You know what line caught me, right? She was like broken, tight pussy, broke niggas can't fit in. So I was like, okay.
So you wrote all.
Tight pussy, broke niggas can't fit in.
I was under the impression that Luce wrote the whole song. No, just because it is very West Coast, even the sound of the song, and then like you said, it's like a strip club anthem. So I was under the impression Luce wrote the whole thing. So you wrote your.
No,
parts.
I'm saucy.
You guys are crazy. Yeah, this is gonna be a beautiful thing. I'm excited for the show. I'm excited for the music. I'm just excited to see what the future holds. Like I was saying, for I want to call it Charisse Cannon and Luce Mills.
You know, we gotta figure that out.
There will be a couple.
Right now,
names.
it's Beauty and the Beast is living right now.
Okay, Beauty and the Beast. I'm very excited to see what the future holds. Where can people find you guys on socials?
Charisse Mills, at Charisse Mills. You know, I'm not hiding for the popo. Maybe this one is. So he's Luce Cannon.
No,
so,
it's Luce Cannon on all platforms.
Okay, got it. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. Dash Radio takes pride in introducing fans to things they might have not experienced before. We did Cardi B's first radio interview. We did Post Malone's first radio interview. We did Billie Eilish's first radio interview.
Awesome.
And I'm excited to say we have you guys as a couple, your first radio interview.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Drop a Bag will be out soon, everybody. You'll be able to hear it, I'm assuming, everywhere from Apple to Spotify to
and Dash
Yep.
Radio. Yes.
It will be played everywhere. All righty, everybody. This was my Juan, Charisse Mills, Luce Cannon. Be on the lookout. A lot to come.
Give me that sugar daddy. Come here.
I zoomed in on their camera for that. All righty, everybody. We're out. Boom.